Welcome to Greenwood Bonsai Studio today. It's mid-spring, we're trying to get everything repotted. Some of you might recognise this tree if you follow our channel. This will be the third video we've done on this tree. It's a red leaf dissectum maple, and a customer had it growing in their garden as a non-bonsai, just as a garden tree. The first video that we did on this, he brought it up and we trimmed it, and they are susceptible to dieback, and we left a big stub on here. And then the second video, we took this stub back. It started to heal over now, and he's brought it up just a couple of weeks ago for repotting. So that's the job for today, try and get it out of this tub and get it repotted. So we've got a few ceramic pots that might suit it. The front is in there towards you. Unfortunately, this branch has suffered a bit and snapped off at the tip, but we can't do much about that now. Once it's potted, we can perhaps move some of these branches a little bit. Obviously, some of these roots, this one in particular, there's not a lot coming off that. We need to see if we can get rid of this, see if we can get it into a bonsai pot, which will be the final transition of this tree from just a tree in a fella's garden to a bonsai tree on a bonsai bench, you know, looking a lot better. So we're going to try and wrestle it out of the pot first and see what the roots are like, and hopefully we've got a pot that's suitable that we can get this tree into. So we'll show you how to go on. Okay, and Dave, so just tilt it over.
A couple of little wire cutters there.
Yep. I've cut them on the top, I think.
Right. Just lift it up.
Yeah, roll it out, roll it over like this. That's it. Just whip that out from underneath now. That's it. There's a root up there, look. To get rid of all these weeds off the surface, some dead roots that we don't need. And we spoke about this root here. It's only got this little bit coming off the tip of it, so we can get rid of that. Take it off into here. Oh, that's better. Another one round this side we'll have to sort out. Little root here we don't need. Get rid of this wire that was holding it into the pot. There's another root round this side that's not particularly good, but we need to see what's coming off it. This one round here, look. This one here. That'd be a good one to get rid of if we don't need it. There's this one underneath. Pull that through. There's not much coming off there, is there? That's
no.
There's that one there. I want to go through that. Just cut it here for now. Oh, battery's going. Just in time. See if we can wrench that out though. Tear that out. There's two. Got it?
Yeah.
It's not uncommon to get a tangle of roots on something like this. Obviously, it hadn't been trained for bonsai, it's just been growing in someone's garden. So the roots all crossing over, muddled together. There's another one here. If we can get rid of those worst offenders, then that'll be better. Shall I tip it up a bit? Been putting on, let me just turn it around a bit, Dave. You can see here the root it's put on, look, quite a lot of root. It's been in that pot for a couple of years. So all this encircling root, it's put on while it has been in that round pot. So we're just getting another week. It'll be too late to do this tree, so that's why we're doing it now. We've got a busy teaching schedule this afternoon and this weekend, so we're just trying to get this done quickly before we start teaching. Just been growing in our regular bonsai compost, but been growing fairly well. So let's tilt it over the other way, Dave. Stand it up. So all this encircling root we're going to take back to allow us to get it into the pot. Leave some of it, but get rid of this length that we don't need. There's the old mesh that was in the bottom of the pot before. A little bit of wire that was holding it in. So it's been growing quite well in there. And I really want to keep some of that, keep some vigour into it. Even here, look, this is where it was a nursery stock tree years ago, and it's got bits of burlap, bits of hessian from when it was wrapped up as it was a young tree, and it's just grown around it. So see if we can get some of that out as well, tidy that moss up. Right. Okay, so we've got a couple of suitable pots. Obviously, with it being a dissectum maple with a cut leaf, it's quite a feminine tree, colourful tree. So we've got these pots that really suit a tree like this, pick up the curves in the movement in the trunk, and the glaze is a nice contrast with the red leaf. We try it in this one, Dave. I think that's going to be too small. We've got a couple of options. Obviously, when you're putting in a round pot or a hexagonal pot, you really want the trunk of the tree to be in the centre of the pot. And although we've took off some ugly roots, that's going to be too tight. So I think we're going to be over into this one, yeah, and just twist it round like that. So that's going to be about the front towards the camera there. Just stand out a minute, Dave. I've got it. Yeah. So something like that. If we can get it into there, we're fairly central in the pot. I think that will work. So we're going to get some anchor wires into this pot, and we're going to plant it into neat akadama, and we're going to get it done. Because if the weather stays like this another few days, and we would have missed the boat, it would have been, you know, we've been watching this day by day. We should have done it a couple of days ago. We can't leave it till next week. So now we'll get it potted up, and then it can be watered and be settling in. So lift it out then, Dave. Okay, so I've got a bag of akadama. Going to use a bag and a half in this, I would say. Get this dropped into the bottom. Got our anchor wires in. Something like that. I'll try it in here, Dave. Have we got 2 feet forward? Is that straight on, Josh? This way? That way? That way? There. Do you want to come around this side, Dave? You hold it there. Step over the dog. Right. So we can't come forward anymore because of that root there. But that root's down, isn't it? Round a bit more. Yeah, because then that's going to come down here. There's a branch. Scissors. Just get rid of some of these little fine roots. These little bits of cotton that are sitting in here from before. A couple of weeds. I don't think that's too bad at that. Let's get that filled in. Get another bag, potting stick Dave. Get another bag of Akadama. This Akadama pile's going down by the minute. Got some more around the back. That's about right. Go around with a potting stick just to work that down the root, round the root ball. It's been about 3 years, I think, since we did this first video. So if you're new to the channel, then have a look back at it. It was just called garden maple to bonsai. We did an update on it after about a year and a half, because the first one was fairly drastic, and we did an update after a year and a half just to show you its development and how it was going on. And this is the fruition of this project, to get it into a bonsai pot, so we can finally say it's a bonsai rather than just a garden tree. These big dissectums are not the easiest thing to work with branch wise. They can die back a little bit, but here, this was quite a big branch we took off on the first video. So what we did, rather than, if we'd cut it straight, you can get dieback coming down this trunk quite often. So we cut it and we left a stub on it, if I seem to remember. And then we left that for a year. And when it came in the second time, we took that back, carved it back more. You can see here, it's rolling in on this edge, a little bit here, quite a bit on this top, this callus coming across. And this will eventually, it will bridge all of that. But the good thing with that is, this is doing quite well with no apparent sign of dieback. So that's good. We'll get it potted into there. We'll tidy up this little section, this little knuckle. I'll just go and get a Makita to tidy them up with while Dave's doing that. So I just want to pull this branch down. So we'll just use a heavyish wire, yeah, and we'll just hook it onto that branch, just nice and easy, look, and pull it down. I don't really want to put anything into the trunk to fasten it, so I'm using a heavier wire, so I could literally just bend it up like that and just snip it off there, and then that hook, yeah, it's stable enough. Otherwise, if you use thinner wire, we'd have to go round here and over the top. It'd be a bit more of a nuisance. Then this section here that we cut off, just going to carve this back to neaten it up a little bit in here, and we can put some lac balsam on it. I'll get rid of some of this flat edge here. We'll put some lac balsam on that, a little bit on here, a couple of bits around the back to sort out. What we're going to do with this tree is, it's going to stay here at the nursery for another couple of weeks, and we're going to release this video now because we've done the work on the tree, and then the next video we do, whatever that video is, in the next couple of weeks, we'll bring this tree out and we'll show you the tree in leaf, and you'll see the contrast with it against the pot. So we'll just finish it up, get it wired in, and then it'll be good to go. So we've got it all potted up. Just give it a nice water, a good soak. It can live out here in the sunshine, and keep your eye out the next couple of videos, either the next video or the one after, depending on timing. We'll show you this tree in full leaf, so you can get to see the spectacular spring colour on this dissectum maple. And I hope you've enjoyed, if you watched the earlier videos and you've enjoyed following its journey from just a mundane tree, shrub, growing in someone's garden, to a bonsai. Thank you very much.